New York clustered in a rack on one end of the Mets dugout. Different players' bats are typically identifiable only by the numbers stuck to their knobs and the names on the barrels. But one group of bats, belonging to Jeff McNeil, stands out. Unlike nearly every other player in Major League Baseball, McNeil uses a bat with no knob. Instead of mushrooming out near the bottom, McNeil's lumber widens gradually toward the end. Although his bats are of average size 34 inches, 32 ounces, McNeil says the unorthodox weight distribution gives him more control. View full game coverage. It just feels lighter because it's so balanced, McNeil said. The weight's throughout the bat. It's not all in the barrel. McNeil initially began using the model in 2016 when Mets minor league hitting coordinator Lamar Johnson handed them out to a group of minor leaguers. Instantly, McNeil liked the feel of his, hitting a home run in one of his first at-bats with it. He used it exclusively from that point forward. Tweet from @AnthonyDeComo. Here's a look at Jeff McNeil's unusual bat, which does not have a knob. Although it's our standard 32 ounces, McNeil says the model feels lighter to him because the weight is more evenly distributed. Pic.twitter.com/RZYBABMP4 In practice, Mets hitting coach Pat Rosander said the bat's unorthodox shape makes little difference. It's simply a matter of personal comfort for McNeil, who hit .342 over 2 minor league levels this season before earning a recent promotion to the big leagues. In earlier eras, the bat style was more popular. McNeil says Roberto Clemente used the same model for a portion of his career. But it is almost unheard of in today's game. I've had a few guys go, "How do you hold that? How do you use that bat?" McNeil said. "It feels light to me. If I pick up anybody else's bat, it feels really heavy." No whiffing here. Entering Saturday's play, Mets infielder Luis Guillorme held the longest active streak in MLB without a strikeout, putting the ball in play in 49 consecutive plate appearances. In an era in which hitters are striking out more frequently than ever, Guillorme is a throwback. His 3 whiffs on the season are the fewest of any of the 424 major leaguers with at least 70 plate appearances. "I've always been good at putting the bat on the ball," said Guillorme, who is batting .203 with a .516 ops. "It's kind of like a blessing and a curse, because if I swing early at a bad pitch, 9 out of 10 times I'm going to hit it. A lot of people that pitch in the dirt, they're missing it. I'm hitting a weak grounder. So I feel like it helps me out a lot of times, but at the same time, it hurts me from time to time." Video, ATL, at NIM, Guillorme smacks an RBI single to left. Part of Guillorme's propensity to put the ball in play stems from the fact that many of his at-bats have come as a pinch hitter. Particularly late in games against hard-throwing relievers, Guillorme says he tries not to fall behind in counts or take borderline 2-strike pitches. Although the Mets have had opportunities to start the slick fielding Guillorme in recent games, manager Mickey Callaway said they want to continue using him off the bench, realizing that is likely to be his role in future seasons. Early work Citi Field played host to an unusual scene about 4 hours prior to game time Saturday, when almost every player on the active roster took the field for defensive fundamental drills. Pitching coach Dave Ireland likes his players to take fielding practice once per homestand, but this time, Callaway sent his infielders out to join them in working on bunt defense. "Obviously, we haven't controlled the running game adequately enough lately, so we wanted to just add that in as well," Callaway said. Tweet from @Anthony DeComo, Dog Days of August. The entire Mets team is on the field 4 hours before game time working on defensive fundamentals. Pic.twitter.com McNeil catch the wavy in the short end of a catching timeshare for much of the past 2 months. Kevin Plotke made his 4th start in 5 games on Saturday. "That was by design," said Callaway, who intends to use the remainder of the season to see how the 27-year-old Plotke fares with increased playing time. Unlike Devin Mesoraco, who can be a free agent after the season and may not be signed, Plotke is a sure part of the Mets' 2019 plans. The question is whether he profiles as an everyday option. He entered Saturday's play batting .231 with a .717 ops or a backup. "I think we need to see exactly what Plotke can do," Callaway said, "so his playing time might go up a tad." Pride Night Mets teamed up with the LGBT Network to host their 3rd annual Pride Night on Saturday, with a portion of each ticket sale going to support the LGBT Network's anti-bullying programs in Long Island and New York City schools. Anthony DeComo has covered the Mets for MLB.com since 2007. Follow him on Twitter @AnthonyDeComo, Instagram, and Facebook.